I was a dancer for anywhere between 5 to 7 years in New York City. Before that, I was actually a Waldorf student, so I'd had experience of eurythmy before. And it was incredible, just the joy and the celebration of the physical body in space, and also the openness in terms of the possibilities for choreography.
Oh, you enjoy that?
Yes, yes.
Tell me about that. What sparked the interest from performing to leading?
Well, I learned different dance styles, so ballet, modern and contemporary, primarily with Jose Limon, the Limon Company. They had a training program, as well as at the Cunningham Dance School. But
you're a teacher, so maybe that's what led to choreography or interest in it?
Yes. I think I was interested in all the different, actually it was because of being a Waldorf student and having all the different elements of how do you put different things together, the idea of synesthesia. So can we bring speaking into movement, and then how do you express color through the body? And actually through all of that, I realized as I re-entered the eurythmical world that was already inherent in the process of being a eurythmist and how eurythmy worked. And actually, when I was doing some choreography, I was incorporating eurythmical elements, which now we don't do, but questioning how do these two worlds live together? And I would say that over the process of having been a eurythmist, that answer has changed for me.
It has. And how did it change?
I think
what
now,
sparked this change?
Before there was a little bit of a naivete where I thought, oh, anything can go in the soup.
Oh.
And sure, I'm sure there are people who would be interested in that. But actually, as I entered deeper into eurythmy, I realized that I was really struck by, there's a certain lawfulness that lives with eurythmy, and there's the nuances that go into it. When you think about having, in a sense, you can have more freedom in form, because then the freedom has more nuance. So for example, an ah in eurythmy is this, and I wouldn't do this, which is a b, but then how do I live deeper into this ah sound? And there are many different ways of exploring that, as you saw with the witches, where the b can live here, or there's small little berries, and the quality of the sounds and how you can, out of the imagination and the language itself, that all of those pictures and imaginations can live in a true way.
So it's reality.
Yes.
You're dealing with reality
Yeah.
in an artistic way.
Yeah.
Rather than in a scientific, materialistic way.
Yes.
And so you were doing dance. Was it ballet predominantly?
It was ballet and also modern and contemporary dancing so there were elements of ballet in it, but then the choreographers took that out and created their own language. And that's what I mean about the lawfulness, is that in dance, we can choose anything to be our language. And in eurythmy, we are the language that we speak. We live out of here, and then the whole body becomes soul. So there was a physical element, but also out of having grown up playing violin, I always think of this T.S. Eliot quote, which says, we are the music while the music lasts. And in eurythmy, you can really become that, where you are the major and the minor, and all of the tones, it's in a way you become a vessel and it comes through you so that it can be there for somebody else to experience for them.
So the fundamental laws you're speaking about, and almost like rules, were liberated you then. The confining into a lawful structure was more, you felt more freedom than even the free form other art forms.
Yes, yes.
And so how are you discovering, or what are you discovering now, and what are your plans for the future? What is your secrets? What are your secrets for dance and eurythmy? What's your great dream?
My great
Can you share
dream. Yes, it's moved away from dance. I'm really now living again more out of the musical side. And how can we bring symphonies and chamber music to live audiences so that they can have, there's so much that we, as you see in the modern piece, that we hear something and there's so much richness there. And then when you can see it, it adds a whole other element of understanding and refreshment and healing. So for me, it's going deeper, particularly in the musical element.
Musical. So you think there's a marriage between your being a violinist and
Yes.
with me, they're now taking another step forward into your own artistic future life here, huh?
Yes, definitely.
You seem like you're very happy with what you do. That's hard to find from artists that struggle, as many artists do. And do you find the artist life struggling, or do you have enough willpower or love of the art that it doesn't hold you back?
There's something about being here more than any of, I've gone through many different paths, as you've seen, Waldorf teaching, violinist, dancer. Here I can stand and I say, I believe in this. And if I have to be poor as a poor artist, it's fine. This is a path that I choose, and I am so happy to be on it, to bring eurythmy to the world and really see, it is on one level enigmatic, but actually if you experience it, it brings such healing and out of the existential world that we are, you can have a firm yes into life. That has been my experience.
So life, love, quality of the human being, for you is something that's important.
Yes.
In our very, very modern materialistic world and times that we're living in.
Exactly. And how eurythmy lifts out of that physical experience, which is beautiful in itself. But then there's something more that actually lives behind us and carries us forward and is with us. And I think the art of eurythmy shows that, at least for a brief moment, and shares it with the audience.
Ivy, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.